guys, so welcome back to another video. You guys loved my last video and I'm so grateful for that. So as y'all can tell by the title is we don't respect us, so why should they? And it's because it's just there's a lot of ignorance between light skins and dark skins on social media, especially TikTok. And then there's also a lot of ignorance on the Baddies TV show of Summer bringing up an Emmett Till joke, but it wasn't really a joke. Like, you knew what you said. And the thing is, she was educated on Emmett Till because she knows what happened to him. That's why she brung it up. The way she brung it up was like, that face looked like Emmett Till. If you know what Emmett Till's face looked like, you know the behind the story of it, mean that you said it with intention. So those are the two topics: the ignorance between light skins and dark skins on TikTok, the Baddie Summer Emmett Till situation. I do want to say thank y'all so much. We gained 20 plus new subscribers within 1 to 3 days, and I'm so grateful. So I love y'all. Go ahead and check out me and my mom's website. We sell cups, journals, etc. So go ahead and check that out. Let me know some more stuff y'all want me to talk about that y'all feel like I should spread awareness on, or also just let me know your opinions on this video. I will be having evidence everywhere. There will be no missed evidence. The last couple videos I had evidence, but y'all feel like that wasn't good enough. Now I'm coming in with photos, videos, plus knowledge, because a lot of you seem to lack that in the comment section. But anyways, y'all, let's get into it. As y'all know, I have my journal. This is one of my mom's journals that she sells. She gifted it to me for my birthday, so definitely y'all go check it out. It comes with its own little bookmark. So I'm going to read that I said in here about situation, then we're going to go into that. Summer made a Emmett Till joke, and that was just disrespectful, as it was. It makes me wonder, if white people were to make these jokes, could we really be mad? How can they respect us if we don't respect ourselves? I agree with that 100%. Of course I do. I wrote it. But the joke she meant was like, that face looked like Emmett Till.
Run it! That bitch face look like Emmett Till. Go re-instruct your bitch.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess she like beat up a girl. I don't watch Baddies anymore. As far as I know, it's just like another way to portray black women as this certain aggressive whole way. So I don't watch that. As far as we know, all Natalie want to do is add black girls to it. I don't really see her bring any white girls, Hispanic girls, etc. I'm not saying that she hasn't done that, but it's like her main audience is to gather black girls. You know what I'm saying? She only wants to put in the parts of them fighting. As far as I know, the only trips they go on to is to shake some ass and get some cash. So at the end of the day, it's like, you're not really, no, in my opinion, that's not giving very much businesswoman. That's not giving very much self-respect, because in my opinion, they make it seem like that the only way you can get money is if you shake some ass for some cash. So it's kind of like, it makes me think, always get mad at white people for bringing up jokes whole time we joke about it. That's why in my last video, the girl that made the ginger thing and said like, I feel like that gingers are the light-skinned versions of white people, I think she meant it because like, we're the outcasts. I think the biracials and the light skins, and when I mean light skins, is a full-on fully black person that's light skinned, we're the outcasts of the black community. And I think it's even hurtful towards us because we're not mixed. I just feel like that, why are we the outcasts? You know what I'm saying? Even if you were mixed, you shouldn't be the outcast, but I kind of understand that because you're not fully black. You're a mix, so it's kind of like we understand, you know, the separation from the two a little bit. But it's like, y'all separate us light skins that are fully black, and it's like y'all outcast us a lot as the fully black light skins. She didn't have a problem saying that because we show that every time we get on social media. It's always a light skins this, light skins are evil, dark skins this, dark skin women are masculine and not this. It's like we talk so bad on each other, and it's beyond me. Even with the hair texture thing, black women get up here every day and say they hate their 4C, they're neglecting it. A black woman got up there and said, I'm telling you, I will not be wearing my hair. She said, I will throw in a wig any day. I don't want to deal with it. But she was making it seem like that her hair was just beyond crazy. Like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to, like, and I was like, okay. Like, I understand, but it's like, what did you have to bring that to social media for? You could have really kept that opinion to yourself, because you're giving people this outlook on Afro hair or black women's hair is non-tameable. And you do have to watch what you say on social media, because now these other races that aren't from America or doesn't have that much knowledge on black women, they're watching your video and having a new idea of what we are. You know what I'm saying? And that's why now when you do see 4C hair videos, etc., you'll see a lot of white women up there saying, oh my god, I'm glad I don't have that hair. I love my straight hair. I love this. I love that. And it's kind of like, we disrespect ourselves, so how can we get mad that they disrespect us? You gotta understand, the way that we treat ourselves are the way that they're going to treat us. Sometimes in the black community, we can act ghetto, giving them a reason to make a mockery out of us because of the way that we treat ourselves and the way that we handle things. Ghetto is not cute. Ghetto is not a trend. Some of the things y'all calling ghetto are not ghetto, but some of the things that we aren't calling ghetto are extremely ghetto. And I think because ghetto has ran such a bad word in the black community and has been used against us in so many situations where we weren't being ghetto, to the point where as though now when as black people, when we're like, okay, but this is kind of ghetto, now we all get on the fence like, no, or y'all just racist to your own people. And it's like, no, some of that stuff is ghetto, and that's why they feel the right to be able to come over here and disrespect us and say all these bad names on us because we put that out there. How about this? A lot of the black women, black men, a lot of the music is very inappropriate and sexual. That one podcast that Asian girl had, when she said, she asked the black man, she said, so since y'all things are known to be big, does that mean the women's things are big? They feel the right to say this because of the way that we portray ourselves. And I'm not blaming Megan because she said some stuff. I'm not blaming Cardi, etc. But for some reason, our race, which I don't know if other races deal with this, but in our races, what one of us do, for some reason, it reflects on all of us. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, ooh, with us, we do have to be more careful than other people. You know what I'm saying? And I think what baffled me is that these girls on Baddies, they know how to shake some ass. They know how to get nasty. They know how to cuss. They know how to have no self-respect. It's the fact that she knew how to do all of that, but she didn't know her history. But I think that she did know her history. When she made that joke, that face looked like Emmett Till after you basically punched her face or beat her up. That means that you know what Emmett Till's face looked like. When you search up Emmett Till, it shows his face and it also shows what happened, meaning that you knew what you said. I kind of saw a little bit of her apology, and they was basically saying like that was AI because she doesn't have that type of proper, she don't know how to speak that way.
Network has made an apology, so let's read it together and decide whether or not it's an acceptable apology. At Zeus Network, we are committed to delivering bold, unfiltered entertainment, but we also expect all talent and partners to uphold a standard of respect and responsibility. We recognize that recent comments on the series Baddies Africa referencing Emmett Till have caused deep hurt and offense. The Zeus Network takes such matters very seriously and maintains a strong commitment to respect, integrity, and accountability both on and off screen. We are currently reviewing the situation internally. Appropriate action will be taken based on the outcome of this review. You can pause to read the rest if you feel like you want to. I just want to touch on they're going to be conducting some sort of review. Did you not review the footage before you released the footage? This is what happens when you're rushing to put shows out back to back to back. It's just upsetting because, you know, Zeus knows that foolishness like that brings more views. So I feel like they left it in on purpose. If they took that part out, nobody would have known because the rest of the cast doesn't care. So nobody would have spoken out about it. The only person who would have cared is Jayla, and she's no longer on the show. I think that the thing that was missing from this apology was Summer None Other is no longer a cast member. They didn't say that. They didn't say that at all. So if Summer is brought back next season, Zeus, no. It's not worth it. I promise you, you can find another fool. They're everywhere. Matter of fact, I seen a couple of them speaking about this situation. There's a lot of brainless bitches. Go find a new one. Because with Summer, it seems to be back to back. She came on the internet to tell us that she calls her son daddy because he was just so fine. She was like, damn daddy. At audition, she didn't believe that the pew-pew violence victim was actually a victim, so she had her jumped and pulled her braids out her head. You had her sneaking Slim. You had her making fun of Slim's deceased father. Now she's making fun of Emmett. There's a lot going on with that one.
Generally, the girls on Baddies, they don't. They sound like they're ghetto, for one. They generally do. The only one that I felt like that I liked the most was Jayla. Jayla could do too much, of course, but Jayla was smart in it. Like, you could just tell that she was almost mentally intelligent a little bit, in my opinion. Whereas, though, a lot of these girls, I'm sorry, they act ghetto. Them baddie girls, they are the definition of ghetto, in my opinion. You have no self-respect. You use your body and other parts to get what you want. That's not self-respect. That's not very woman-like, in my opinion. And I'm going to be hard on us as black women because they don't understand that the way that one black woman portrays herself, which is not even just one woman, all of this is going on now. All the black women in the industry almost. I understand that not everybody knows what Emmett Till is, but when she brought up that joke, obviously she knew what he was because she said that for a reason. That face looked like Emmett Till, meaning that her face looks beat up and tortured like Emmett Till's, right? You thought that that was a cool joke to make because you thought that she was going to look like a badass when you did that, but you didn't though. You compared a slow little childlike fight, that low-class rant-down MCM fight, to a young baby. He was a baby. 14, 15 years old. A baby. You compare him being tortured and probably worse. You compare a torturous, devilish situation. What happened to him was the devil itself. I don't know who the fuck the white people were. Compare that to a little itty-bitty fight that you thought that you ate up.
You shouldn't be watching no Baddies if you don't know who Emmett Till is. You shouldn't even have a Zeus account if you are not familiar with Emmett Till. They on there fighting in front of South Africans. I couldn't even watch it. I just seen the clip. I'm done. I'm done. Then we on here fighting about cookies. We arguing about cookies. And what we talking about, bro? Like, y'all throwing me off bad. Y'all, like, first of all, y'all know he was dead ass wrong for bringing up that lady mother. I don't care what nobody say. The restaurant opened 10 days ago. And y'all on here like, well, we should just lie because she's a black-owned business. Well, you should give her some grace because she's a black-owned business, but that's just me. But that's beside the point. Then I seen another man come on here like, yeah, Ashley give me the vibe that she like bougie white men and she bougie and she like the... What are you talking about, boy? Like, what are y'all talking about? Black people, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Y'all stressing me out. We gotta do something else. Like, we gotta eliminate half of y'all and start over. Because it's not looking good for the community. It's not looking good at all.
That's not going to work. My point about that, in the black community, we disrespect ourselves so much to the point where as though it gives other race people to have this mindset. Like, y'all don't respect yourselves. Why should we be respectful to your people? And it makes sense. At this point, I can't even really get mad at them at this point because it's like, sometimes we put ourselves in these situations and then we want to use that I'm the victim card. You can't do that when you put yourself in them situations sometimes. So, moving on from that topic, it's already been 13 minutes. We're going to be moving on to the ignorance between the light skins and dark skins. I'm going to read what I have. The ignorance between the light skins and dark skins is beyond me. You have no right to make fun or make dark skin jokes because you feel like you can. And the same applies to dark skinned women. You do not have the right to make light skin jokes because one light skin hurted you or because you have beef with light skins. It goes both ways. Not every light skin is ignorant, meaning that you are now the problem. Now you're taking your anger out on every light skin when every light skin is like that. I'm going to explain how I feel about that. People like to say that the reasons why they say what they do for light skins is because a lot of us has came off as higher class or better. But then y'all get mad when us light skins come out and we say, okay, well, we may have this idea that y'all are jealous because a lot of the dark skin women that we have encountered or brown skin women that we have encountered have came off as jealous like. And as soon as we do that, it's absolutely not. We're not jealous of you. So when you want to tell your story about the amount of light skins that you came across, it was okay. But when us light skins want to say, okay, well, this is the reason why we act the way we do, the next thing is like brown skins, dark skins. Y'all have every right to feel how y'all feel because that is true. I have encountered some ignorant light skins, like biracials, etc. And I understand how y'all feel, but y'all take y'all anger and y'all be on TikTok making light skin jokes, making fun of us, talking bad about us, y'all call us evil, etc. And it's like, now you have karma. Now your karma is coming because not only are you being a bully, you're taking out your previous trauma on everybody, meaning that now you're the abuser. You were the victim and then you became the abuser. So I understand dark skin, brown skin women's side of the story when it comes to us. But when we talk, and I have encountered some situations, I've had cousins, family, friends that have gave off this vibe like, you think you're better because you're light skin. I've had them say that to me. So it's kind of like, when light skin women get up here and we say we have this idea that y'all are jealous is because our previous dark skin, brown skin friends or family, etc., they gave off very hateful and jealous and secret animosity towards us. So now we do kind of have this mindset that all of you guys are like that. And I feel like that we should try to listen to that because there's two sides of the story. When light skinned women have this idea that all dark skin or brown skin women are jealous, it's most likely because of the ones that they've encountered. Just like dark skin and brown skin, the light skins that you guys have encountered have gave off ignorant, bitter, mean girl. So now you're portraying us all this way. There's two sides of the story. We have to learn how to understand both, because when we don't do that, it becomes a big unnecessary argument. People are on TikTok saying the dark skins and light skins are going at it. You know what side I'm on. It's just like, it's stupid, it's childish, and it's low class because there's no side. I made a TikTok and I made it clear and I said you cannot make a light skin joke and then get mad when they make a dark skin joke back.
Humble just cause your ass is insecure. I can't fake humble just cause your ass is insecure.
I think people took that completely out of context. If you make a light skin joke at someone for no reason, they have every right to make a dark skin joke back at you. That's not them being colorist. In my opinion, that's not them being colorist because you hurt their feelings when you said that joke, so they said it back. You can't just scream colorist because we can't do that to y'all, of course. No, we're not being colorist. I just reversed what you just said to me. And a lot of people in the comments were like, it's not the same. Don't compare it, etc. It's not the same, but it still hurts. That's what people don't understand. It's still traumatic. You know what I'm saying? I felt like so much of an outcast to the point I wanted to be darker or just be white growing up. And people never understood that. I'm a black young lady. Nobody's going to take that from me. I'm not sure. I haven't fully watched the TikTok, but I think that people had this idea that the first light skin that were ever created was by a white and black woman. And that's not true because black people, we come in all different skin tones. That's people don't understand. The thing about melanin is that it comes in all different skin tones. So the fact, if you have this idea that the first ever light skin was created because they were mixed, is beyond me, because what would you say about albinos then? You're not going to say the same thing because it's not that. That doesn't make sense. You can't control how you come out, so people don't understand. So I made that TikTok and I let them know. I said, I completely understand where you're coming from, but I said both of the jokes hurt. So I just feel like that we should just stop it. Somebody's going to reply to me. They're going to say, okay, well, people's feelings are going to have to get hurt. Basically meaning that we can make the jokes about y'all. Y'all can't say it back. And I just said that was complete ignorance. Then I had this other person that explained how it's colorism and it's not the same, etc. Another person replied to that person. They said, yeah, etc. And they said, but, and then they explained like both sides of the story, how it can both hurt, etc. And then that person replied back and said, I was with you until you said but. There is no but. We're not conversation about this. Meaning that you want us to only understand your point of view as a dark skin, brown skin person. You don't want to understand light skin's point of view of the situation. And that's why I replied to that person. I said it's giving ignorant because somebody's trying to explain to you about something and you don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, ignorance is the worser version of stubborn. You don't want to hear what nobody has to say. You're set to your mind. You don't care. You're at peace with what you're at, even if it's wrong. And that can come off as mean girl. It comes off as mean boy, mean in general. And that just made me think, just as much as light skins are ignorant, dark skins can be ignorant as well. Because guess what? There's two sides of a story. I'm not saying that every ignorant light skin has a story time about their encounters with a dark skin, brown skin woman. You know what I'm saying? But some do, and I think we need to start talking about this more. You know what I'm saying? Like talking about how we have hurt our people and ourselves and how that now reflects. Sometimes the pain that a person gives you, you can start reflecting that on everybody. I've experienced it. I've done it. But I mean, like being hurt, you start being mad at everybody. And that's not a good thing to do. It's not a good feeling to have because now you become the abuser because now you're just lashing out your anger towards innocent people now. That was child. Yeah, guys, that was my piece on that. Y'all, can y'all give me some tips on like baking with makeup? I don't understand how to do it. I think it's because my under eyes naturally crease. That's what makes the makeup crease as well. But it's like I want some better tips on it because my makeup is eating up, but I'm just seeing a lot of creasing, which is normal. That's not a bad thing. It's just, it's annoying. I need to find a way to get it to not crease as much like this. So yeah, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully I can make this at least a 8+ minute long video. Let me know how y'all feel about this, y'all. I would love y'all's opinions on it. Yeah, guys, I hope that y'all enjoy. I've been planning on making this video for 2 days now, and I'm glad that I did it now because at first I wasn't having the best day. Not that I was having a really good day. I was just in my head, so I'm glad that I was able to push out of that and just get cute, do something I like, feel pretty. But I love y'all so much. I'm so glad that y'all watch this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Now that y'all heard everything that I said, in my opinion, the way that I talk, the way that I share knowledge, the way that I feel as well, if you guys can connect to that or you guys like learning new things, go ahead and subscribe. Comment down below your opinions, how y'all feel, and some more stuff you guys feel like that I should spread awareness on or just talk about. So yeah, guys, I love you all so much. I hope that y'all enjoy, and yeah, and I will see you guys in my next YouTube video.